you're tired and worn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Whose hearts are blazing, so let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and poor, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Go light your world.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047 as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
Add some value to your good times with a Wow Bucket from KFC. You have no time to cook cause you're stuck in traffic. You're working late, don't worry, we got it. Life hectic, KFC's on flick. For real value, come get it. Wow, bucket, wow, get down now. When you only go where you like me. Wow, bucket, good for every bucket. Together is better with a wow bucket.
7 pieces of delicious chicken with a bucket of fries. The KFC Wow Bucket for $119.95. Bringing people together. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Are you heading east this Friday or Saturday? Make Cops Bar and Lounge Curabe your #1 choice for cold beers, great music, hot fries, tasty chicken, and unbelievable fish combos. From 4 p.m., join more FM's Starboy Kerry and yours truly Music Library. Cops Bar, your one stop for cold beers, tasty food, fun, and yes, each and every Friday and Saturday, win a bottle on the spot at 11 p.m. Yes, complete on location, the entry form, and at 11 p.m. become an instant bottle winner. The one place in the east where the beers are very cold and the fries are very hot and the chicken and fish combo tasty. So join the fun at Caps Bar and Launch at Curep.
Lauren saying call out in New York City.
Backed by popular demand, something extraordinarily exciting is happening all over the country. The Multiplier X Effect.
NLCB Scratch players have been extremely ecstatic as they can maximize their cash winnings with the multiplier trio of games.
For just $10, $20, and $50, play the trio of 10X, 20X, and 50X games for a chance to win your way to $10.5 million in cash and up to 45 chances to win.
The multiplier trio. Play all 3 and multiply the excitement today. Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
B-Mobile and B-Mobile Secure welcomes you to the world of reggae. Saturday, June 8th, North Park, Queens Park, Savannah.
So I said, well, that reggae music on ya.
The world of reggae. Featuring Shabba Ranks, Barrington Levy, Anthony B, Maxie Priest, Shawn Mason, Black Loyalty, and more. Powered by Macusson Triple Extra Stout, Angostura White Oak, and brought to you by Omega XL, We Quip, TT Rideshare, and the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies.
Wait now, is Masha? Masha!
Just, we're going.
I headed to the karaoke cookout competition.
Yes.
Masha, tell them again. Let me start it for you. Sunday, 9th June.
The Kiskadee Caravan is in your area. Dusk till dawn.
Parry Lands Junction, Gonzal.
Come out in your numbers from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Registration. Be on time. Come out and show your talent because we are looking for you.
Yes, we go enjoy good bacchanal on the junction. Wait, you going?
I coming with you now.
I see assassin that is right alone.
Well, what is this? You really leave me here, boy?
No, Masha. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Parryland Junction, Gonzales. We coming.
Music lovers, it's time to celebrate 20.
Get ready.
Join us as we roll out the red carpet for the inaugural More Music Festival. The More Music Festival. Book the date now. Saturday, 20th July. The More Music Festival.
Gonna make this a night to remember.
That's right, it's 20 years of incredible music. Soca, reggae, chutney, steel pan, R&B, and more. All on one stage. Join the More FM star-studded cast for a musical journey over 2 decades of hits.
Gonna make this a night to remember.
Saturday, 20th July, the More Music Festival.
Chinese and Ari Restaurant. Open for breakfast and lunch. 7 days a week.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
67 Western Main Road, St. James. Opposite Steider's. Serving local breakfast items like sada, pies, fry and roasted baked. With all your favorite fillings and assorted lunches.
Available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Get pilau as low as $25. Or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. Crab and dumpling on Fridays, 12 noon to 3 p.m. Soup Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. A la carte with burgers, fries, nuggets, gyros, loaded hot dogs. Just about anything you could think about. From 6 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. For more information, call 382-9347 to place your order. Chinese and Ari Restaurant. Open 7 days a week at St. James.
The big question today, how much will my electricity bill increase? Stop worrying. Act now. Replace your bulbs with energy-efficient LED bulbs now available at Trinity Lighting. When you purchase 4 60-watt LED bulbs for $112.50, you get 2 absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. Or purchase 3 100-watt LED bulbs for the same price and get 1 100-watt LED bulb free. Trinity also has the following options. Purchase 2 4-foot LED tube or 1 8-foot or 2 LED colored bulbs for the same price, $112.50. At Trinity, we also stock specialty items and a wide range of electrical supply for all your household, medical, marine, commercial, and much more. Any hard-to-find bulbs or parts, we can source it locally or internationally. Check us out at 123 Western Main Road in St. James or call 628-8373, WhatsApp 461-8620 or email trinityetc@yahoo.com.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
The World of Reggae Mega Concert just got bigger and better. All patrons are now eligible to win the Mega Concert Grand Prize of a brand new Proton X50 from Ansa Motors. Get your tickets now at advertised outlets only. Courtyard 400, VIP stage front 800, and VVIP all-inclusive only 1400. This is your chance to see the legends of reggae and dancehall. Then drive off in a brand new car. Exclusively at the World of Reggae, Saturday, 8th June at the North Park, Queens Park, Savannah. This promotion is approved by the NLCB.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
100.7.
With Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Water you turned into wine.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
More FM 4.7.
If our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's approximately 26 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. I listen to the ground report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio. Lennox Smith, Michael K, Director Newbie, and you the people in your thousands of you down out there. Good morning to you.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you.
Mr. Pleasant, good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers. Good morning to you. To all senior citizens, good morning to you.
Is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer.
To the physically challenged, disabled people, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting our sister island, Tobago. Tobago, good morning to you. To all loyal listeners. Yes. Well-wishers, supporters. Good morning to all haters, critics, bad mind people. Good morning to you.
Ashes we rise.
Not forgetting the most important, that I will watch as the most important is people that will put their God and their family first before the race, religion, and politics. What is destroying this country? God is good. There's one God, and that's all of us, God.
Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to Salisha Alan and Ifa D. Mohammed Daro. Oh boy, Anna Ransami, Trini Nairo, Primraj. Hey Rampata Singh, good morning to you, Vidya. Oh boy, Grace Caesar, good morning to you. Yes, Jason Jeffers, good morning to you. Roma Price, I don't call it today, a pleasant good morning to you. Yes, yesterday afternoon meeting, Roma Price was a great success. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the people of Valencia and environs that came out, pour their hearts out. We meet, we bond, we talk, we carve out a way forward. God is good.
our God is with us.
Matilda Rose, good morning to you. Balroop, good morning. Nadira. Aisha, good morning. Tara, good morning. Ann Brown, a pleasant good morning to you. John.
And what can stand against?
Hey, Rampasad, good morning to you. Pearl Sammy, good morning. Paul Peters, a pleasant good morning to you. Harris, good morning to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Our God is greater.
Calvin, good morning. Michael Scotland. Mira from Princeton. Mira out there. Mira. All the Miras, a pleasant good morning to you all. Jama, good morning. That's the Passar. Yes.
Our God is stronger. God, you are.
Hey, Katie. Good morning to you. Davika Balkaran, a pleasant good morning. Denise, all Denise, a pleasant good morning to you. Batson, good morning to you.
If our God is for us, then who could ever stop us?
Trini Nairo, good morning. Hey, Richardson, a pleasant good morning to you. So much of you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Marvin, Steve Young, Wayne. Yeah, that's Wayne Felix. All of you. Wow. I must thank the Andy for Grandi team for a great showing yesterday in Valencia. Let me thank Small Dread, his wife, Shamila Das, her family, Miss Dulcie, everybody, man. It's so much.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you.
Jack Sparrow, good morning to you. Bamati, good morning. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Denise and Dave. Oh, Deborah, Miss Deborah and Dave. Good morning to you all. Today I have to give you all a call too. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the Council for Valencia West. Really said he would have been a very, very busy. He wasn't able to make it. But I know I had his blessings. Good morning to you, Neil De Silva. And to the whole of the De Silva family. Shane, Sheehan, Pops. All of you are pleasant to the De Silva family. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need to do something here quick before I say good morning to my co-host. Hey, let me say thanks so much to my both co-hosts, Lennox Smith, Michael Kerr, for their input, impact. And we having a very, very successful first arm meeting of the Valencia arm of the Andy for Grandi. Yes, over 200 or almost 200 people.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, a pleasant good morning to you. Shamilia Das, a pleasant good morning. I ain't get my book yet, but I want you to acknowledge some of the people, especially majority of the people that was out here, or all you can say was from Valencia and environs. Whoever forget McGill and them in Bonnie Road, Clarence Road, the lady that talk about the early childhood center that just there that was built under Kamala Prasad Bisesan just there up in Bush. We also we learned about the Valencia and environs needs a school. You know, employment in a mess. I just want to thank some of the Valencia and environs people. I don't know most by name, but I know most by face. Could you just rehash some of the people that you can remember off your mind that was there last night? And coming from me, the Ground Report team, the whole Andy for Grandy, I want to tell them thanks from the bottom of my heart. And could you do that first, please? And this is Shamila Das. Go ahead, Shamila Das.
Hi, morning. There was Miss Dolce, Miss Mary, the Barkers, Kim Limblett, Mr. Pancham, Juliet and her husband, Miss Anne, and her family, Small Dread,
wife. Thanks so much for all the decorations. Wifey, Small Dread wifey, thanks so much. Go ahead, Shamila. Gasman, yes. Troy.
Was there Troy, Turner. That is wrong. Who you just mentioned as wrong.
The lady from Bonny Road and her family. The Muslim lady who is always come with her husband.
Miss Anne and her family.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lady that came to with the van, but her husband remained in the van with the stick.
That's Carlene George.
Right,
and
Miss
her
George.
husband Flanders.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything else off your head?
Yeah, I can't remember much again off my head.
You can't remember much again. And I want to thank you and your family, your husband and kids that came out too and helped in every way. How would you describe yesterday's meeting there at in the back of the market, Alexander Street, right by where was our former campaign spot? How would you describe yesterday, please God, when it comes to the people and how much people, and how would you describe with your experience working within that Valencia area? What was your experience yesterday, please God? Last night, please God.
Well, it was tremendous. It was tremendous. It was informative, and it was nice that the people could have come out and share their views and opinions on what they would like done, what they would like to see happen. So it was a very memorable because I don't think while campaigning that I have ever seen the turnout of people that much.
Oh, so it's the biggest turnout you ever see of Valencia people for let me say a prospective candidate, not even
candidate. Exactly, and it's just a meeting. Usually you'll find a turnout like that when we have a candidate that decides to campaign and walk the ground. But for just a meeting, the turnout was tremendous.
Thanks so much, Shamila Das, and for your hard work and dedication to the party, the UNC itself, and to the lives or the betterment or wanting the best for the people of Valencia and environs. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Good night. Good morning, everybody.
Nice.
Bye. Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then don't forget today is internal elections day. 5. Oh boy. Lennox Smith, the chairman of the night, the chairman of that day yesterday, please God. Again, earlier, I was shocked, I was stunned, I was overwhelmed. Boy, oh boy. And then when I see the confidence the people have and just... boy, Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to you, my friend. You hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, Lennox Smith. You go ahead, my brother.
Yes, of course. Well, I want to say to you congratulations, but more so, as you would prefer, to the people of Valencia and environs, and some people beyond, because I know that there was a contingency from ARIMA that said in non-certain terms and informed that that area where the meeting would have held would now be, if of course the recommendations of the EBC is confirmed or agreed to by the Parliament, and one
we're still looking at it. We still looking at it.
We have no reason to think that the present administration will do otherwise, but that is a reality. So I wanted to make that clear. But the fact of the matter is that the turnout, I think, you have to be someone who clearly does not have his or her head on the ground and her eyes, nestled in reality, to not recognize yesterday in particular that all the talk that was being fed to the population over the last a year or so, as far as Andy for Grandy and Grandy for Andy is concerned, you will have to draw the inescapable conclusion, if you are an objective-minded person, as I attempted to display last night. Yes, not to conclude that what was being said and what manifested itself last night clearly was congruent, was in sync with what was being said. There are some times people say things, but it is not nestled in reality. Very typical of this government. They tell you one thing, but at the end of the day, of course, is the opposite. And you could put your neck on a block if Dr. Well, people don't like me to say Dr. Rowley, but I will continue to do. If this government says, well, listen, close your eyes, you don't have to keep it open. And if they tell you run, well, you have to stand up. And if they tell you, of course, the country economic fortunes are booming and the prospects are great, and the children, of course, will get their school books and their laptops, etc. Well, you know that is a fantasy, that is a figment of their what I consider to be deceptive imagination. But last night was a dose of reality. It was a tremendous pour out, a tremendous turnout as well. The ambience was injected and infested with, of course, enthusiasm, one, optimism, two, and clearly recognizing that Andy really is a popular guy in that particular constituency. And that is just one part of that constituency. We're talking about the Valencia part of it. That has been considered, when I looked at some of the data, to be, of course, a hardcore kind of, should I say, P&M oriented area. But it is clear from last night that the people are looking at a candidate or someone to represent them that is truly on the ground, down to earth, and they would tell them the truth and nothing but the truth, and will do what they say, and of course say what they will do. And that is what I came away from that exercise with. And I want to say congratulations to you, congratulations to the entire organizing team, congratulations to the people of Valencia and environs, and those who, of course, journeyed there outside of Valencia in order to support. It was a tremendous crowd indeed, and I had the singular pleasure to, of course, chaired that particular meeting. I think the format itself was one that nobody expected. It started, let me tell you, people, and this is the new politics, frankly, and the new community intervention approach that must be taken for Trinidad and Tobago to advance. It was one where every single person who came early, of course, those who came later could not have participated, but every single person was made to, in the early stages at the beginning of the meeting, just after 6:30, would have introduced themselves, very briefly, say who they are, and that's about it. And what was the objective? The objective was, of course, just to make certain that we fraternize each other, that we have a kind of camaraderie, that everybody knows, and most importantly, that everybody believe and know that they are part and parcel and being considered. So that was the first part of it. And of course, the other major part would have been strictly dealing with, in the main, solutions. It was not about harping on the problems so much, but of course, as any person with common sense would know, that in order for you to go somewhere, you have to know where you're coming from or where you are at. But of course, there was a de-emphasis on that, and an emphasis on the solutions, and most importantly, how the individuals themselves and the community themselves can contribute to that development. And I thought from that perspective, that is why I was particularly impressed when people were calling, of course, Andy, maybe the reincarnation of someone that they revere who passed on. What's his name? The fellow who, of
Michael
course,
Isles.
founded. Yeah. What's his name?
Michael Isles.
Michael Alves, yes. They say that Andy is the reincarnation of Michael Alves, the man who, of course, founded, and that is well known across Trinidad and Tobago and the globe and the region, and that is, of course, the Toko Foundation, and in particular that community radio station. Something I would have spoken with him on when he was alive for Laventille, because I believe that level of interaction is important for the coalescing and for recognizing that there must be a kind of development that generates total and absolute participation. And I think the radio station would have contributed tremendously. And I know that is a contemplation of Andy as well. We have spoken about that. In fact, we were up at where the facility is at in Toko itself, and then of course in Kumana, where another facility exists to accommodate, of course, nature lovers and of course persons who just want a place to just settle. There's a beautiful facility there, and we will be promoting that from time to time. We have taken a decision on that, and as you pass through the various communities from San Grande, Valencia, of course, go right up to Kumana and Toko. Certainly we expect that more commercial and other activities to take place as people frequent those places, but at the same time the other communities leading to or leading out of these areas would benefit as well, economically, socially, and otherwise. So from that perspective, I think it was tremendous. And all of the sentiments appear to be in sync with, of course, the reality of the situation. And mind you, I want to make it very clear, as I did, that this had nothing to do with one side or other in terms of the internal elections of the UNC at this time. I made it very clear there, because that is what the reality is. Of course, Andy's position today on focusing on that particular internal elections of the UNC is separate and apart from what transpired yesterday. It was about the community and its development. And I want to also say that just in case people have issues about the timing, but that was done before the announcements, the arrangements, that is, and the planning was done before before the announcement of the internal elections of the UNC by, of course, the officialdom within the UNC who have responsibility for engaging those kinds of activities within the bosom of the UNC. So I want to make that very clear as well. Of course, I myself, not a member of the UNC, have my own political party, as people would know. I entered the arrangement in 2007 with the UNCA. My party, of course, is Love. I have a sympathy for the UNC, clearly. I have a love for, of course, the political leader. I think that the ideology and the efforts of the UNC has surpassed not just all expectations in terms of positivity, but certainly it's chalk and cheese when coming to, of course, the activities and the rollout of the PNM. Totally despicable, unacceptable, and believe that somehow the people are there to serve that small group of individuals in the PNM that has clearly morphed into a criminal enterprise now called the PNM, and of course have a mafia style, management style that of course is inimical to the development of Trinidad and Tobago. I thought it was important. And of course, my party, Love, Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment, the name itself tells you that we only focus on Laventille, and the reason for that is very simple. We believe that since people want have all kinds of excuses along the East-West corridor, but in Laventille in particular, that never, of course, changed from the PNM. We had to tell them, all right, you now have your own party, your own regional party, focused on Laventille, and give that an opportunity if it is that you can't gravitate because you are so brainwashed with the propaganda of the PNM, and of course there are those on the ground who would reinforce that level of propaganda that you can't do better, and therefore the squalor and the deterioration and the retrogression and the crime and the criminality and the youth hopelessness, and we can go on, and of course unemployment and the violence. That is the best thing for you, because that is what I gather from the spokespersons and the sycophants of the PNM. That is the best thing for you, no matter what. Nobody else could love you better. And then, of course, the mamagayu with the so-called Africanization or the African sentiment. Of course, it is called pseudo-racism. And let me just be clear on that, because I know Pandey was brought to court by one of his colleagues for so saying. So let me say a pseudo-racist is one who uses his or her own race to promote his or her personal agenda. Let me repeat. A pseudo-racist is one, to make very, very clear here. Pseudo-racist is one who uses his or her own race to pursue his or her own agenda, of course, leaving his so-called race behind. So I want to make that very clear. So those are some of the observations. I know that there has been some data collected, as was the case with the previous engagement in further east in Kumana, and we are going to be, of course, from that developing a development plan that will, of course, reflect the input of those persons who were there, who were not there, and I'm sure that on the next occasion, many more will want to pay a visit and be part and parcel of this human-focused, central, people community initiative that has been, of course, should I say, invented by the Pitbull. Of course, we say it here, but of course, in Grandy, of course, is Andy for Grandy, and the Grandy for Andy, should I say, enterprise, if you want to call it that, initiative, if you want to call it that, philosophy, ideology, but of course, it is a new, fresh approach to development, and hopefully, as I said last night, it could be replicated in other parts of the country, including, of course, Tobago. But, of course, in Trinidad, God knows we need a paradigm shift that is so profound and so pronounced that one will have no choice in the context of what is being purported to be government and governance advanced by the PNM, and of course this administration in particular, which it turns out to be pie in the sky, and of course deceptions and extreme evil that has, of course, dominated the politics over the last 9 years in terms of government. And that is something we will not want to return to, revisit. And 2025, of course, must come when, of course, the UNC must take charge of this country ultimately with whatever configuration, but simply because they have a track record of performance, people-centered, and of course, in spite of the propaganda of the PNM, they cannot tell us where the corruption is, they cannot tell us where the nepotism is, they cannot tell us where the cronyism is as far as allegations against the UNC is concerned. I'm still waiting to hear the corruption with respect, of course, to the mega projects that they would have undergone. For example, the cycling velodrome in Couva, the aquatic center in Couva, the children's hospital in Couva, and the many other, of course, projects that was engaged in, including the 107 schools that somehow Dr. Rowley was unable to find, even though he is in office, but of course was aptly exposed by the former education minister, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, in the parliament. And of course, that has not been refuted since the disclosure. So we know that it was another figment of Dr. Rowley's and the inventive imagination that has clearly a bottomless pit. But it appears that every opportunity now to dominate the narrative from a false, fake perspective has been overwhelmed by the reality of the fact that the UNC is here to stay and is here, of course, to take charge of Trinidad and Tobago, having regard to the destruction and the decadence that has manifested itself under a Rowley administration, of course, within the bosom of a party that has been too long in office, and they therefore believe that somehow the country has been bequeathed to them. And when one asks who gave it to them, they bold-facedly and painfully says, well, it's Eric Williams. Well, we have always asked the question, who gave it to Eric Williams? We know for a fact, and we are educated enough and schooled enough to know that this country belongs to all of us. So once we have a birthright here, and therefore the resources of the country belongs to all of us, and those who would have been given the singular and sole purpose for equitable and reasonable distribution of the country's resources to the best of the country's political as well as democratic processes, as well as economic opportunities. It must be distributed by people who have that deep sense of patriotism and advancement of Trinidad and Tobago. Clearly, the PNM has failed in more ways than one to, of course, deliver, but we know what between 2010 and 2015, what transpired. In fact, it was Dr. Rowley who said in no certain terms, when the question was posed as to whether or not you are benefiting better today under a PNM or organization or government as compared to Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC, and of course, even under former Prime Minister, now deceased, I'm talking about Bazio Pandey, under, of course, UNC administration, Rowley responded by saying, well, if milk and honey was flowing under Kamala Prasad Bisesa, then you have to be a fool to not know that you would have been much better off. The pain, ache, agony, drudgery, and pessimism and the utopia that was promised has turned clearly to be a dystopia, a pain, ache, agony that, of course, has manifested itself over the last 9 years so far and moving into the 10th year where, of course, relief will come in mass. I expect, of course, 27 seats at minimum. And who knows, as some people said last night, there may be a revisiting of 33-3. Well, it could well be 41 none, as we saw, of course, what transpired, something close to what transpired in Tobago in recent times. So those are some of the takeaway that I would have observed and share with you now. And of course, we go back, of course, to issues of the day. A wonderful presentation, a wonderful exhibition of support in a community's best interest and its own interest. And that tells me that we are in a good place as this new, if one want to call it politics, if one want to call it new dynamic, if one want to call it socio-economic and psychocultural advancement, all of those terminologies can describe what transpired last night. Andy, back to you. I don't even want to focus on the headlines today. That's how elated I am. But if you wish, you during the course of the program, certainly we will make reference.
Yes, we will. But again, today on the ground report is UNC internal election day. Today, the 6th. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Mr. Malabar, who came out yesterday. Mr. Malabar.
Yes, he was
he is son.
I think there's a matter in the papers today about his matter with respect to becoming a candidate with the central bank. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I suspect it was him the article was referring to. Of course, I'm sure he will call in to let us know whether or not that is so. But I understand that the central bank might have gotten the edge on this occasion. I know that appeal and all of that notwithstanding should of course reverse or at least be considered. So I await him to tell us. But of course, during the course of the break, I will read a little more of it to share it with the population. So go ahead, Andy.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago, what's on your front burner? Let me say a pleasant good morning to Daniel, the Metal Man, the Arima team, the Pagai, all of you, good morning to you. And again, Valencia, pleasant good morning and thanks so much for welcoming me. Thanks so much. Morning, caller.
Yes, morning Annie, morning Lennox, morning Mikey K. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago, how are you so wicked, so Christmas, over Christmas, come here and make all the crime in this country, this crime going along so long, and people around the world know all about the bloodshed and what's taking place in this country. Why are you so damn wicked to all yourself to say the man causing that crime and he bring it here? Are you too damn wicked to all this, and that is why you see some of us are to suffer country. Look what's going on with these old diamonds. Up to now, their family is alleged. Never get nothing here. Look what's going on to the babies up to now. They ain't get nothing yet. But the man come here with the little camera to do what he has to do. All the thing is the man causing the crime. All the too damn wicked in this place. That is why you see some of us have to suffer. What Mr. Ferguson, he went quite maloney giving out hampers to the needy people who deserve it. But today or tomorrow, let him drop down on the ground and let him drop down and he can't get up. Them 5 people will not go to assist him. So that is why there's a set of wickedness going on in this country. Change all the numbers in this country. That is why you see crime can never stop. Wicked.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
So again, I'm going to give everyone the numbers for all new callers too. Because I have always been told to repeat the numbers. 229-0251, 229-0251, or 239-5120, 239-5120, or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. And to the Valencia people that was not able to make it, and you will be a part of the Andy for Grandy team, especially when we hit the road. My number, because I want to organize to order the jerseys. I don't know your size because it didn't come through. 366-3053. 366-3053. So for Valencia people, Grandy people, that's my phone number. 366-3053. The Grandy Arm meeting will be after the internal elections of the UNC. The Grandi Arm meeting again will be after the internal elections of the UNC. Morning, caller. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm all right, Lyndon Mark. Very, very all right. Feeling very elated of a successful meeting. Over nearly 200 people from the Valencia area was out there last night. And, you know, it was I felt good, more encouraged. And I saw the people really and truly want that change. Boy, it was overwhelming for the first time. I was parked in a corner, seeing the kind of love and respect people was having for me, dear my brother. But you go ahead. What's on your front burner? You know you always come with good thing. Go ahead, my brother.
All right, Lennox Smith morning, how are you doing? So I think for me my real issue of this front burner is the fact where the government went on to charge this YouTube blogger for the avenue of sedition.
Yeah, boy.
And in the situation of this act that is probably over 100 and something years old, we also signed into an international human rights declaration after the world came and moved to pass human rights declarations in 1948. So we have a real problem in Trinidad. I read the report here, and Andy, Lennox Smith, I will encourage you all. There is an was written in 2022, and it says that whilst the government claims to observe certain fundamental rights, at sometimes the government uses sedition to what we say limit freedom of speech and limit freedom of expression. And I want to explain to you why I'm literally saying this. If this is the situation as where we are at in 2024, where journalists, where YouTube bloggers, where radio stations, right, their freedom of speeches are limited. You have a prime minister who have a problem with all your station, a direct problem with your station, because apparently nobody is supposed to speak about him. I want to say this to you on this radio station. This organization that is called the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, they really need to be investigated. You hear what I'm telling you? Because if the situation is that we are speaking about a situation of violence, then let me say this. B-Mobile, Digicel, and all these entities who are making money every month off of customers for directly showing violent movies all over Trinidad and Tobago, showing adult films all over Trinidad and Tobago, they don't have a problem with these things. But as soon as a YouTube blogger, a blogger comes to Trinidad to highlight what everybody already knows, the minister then goes on a rampage to say he have an issue with the radio station. All of a sudden, Robert Amara is an issue. All of a sudden, they have a problem with the lifestyle and the way you all speak, right? We need to be very careful at the way this country is going, because I am worried that the government is not upholding these so-called fundamental rights. And as much as I don't agree with certain things that Eric Williams did, he probably turning in the grave now, because we went to the United Nations and put us there, right? So that the country could get some money. But all of a sudden, you have a government who put in the people, and I am saying it on this live, Andy, the government puts their people in strategic places so that they can limit, they can exert the amount of control that they want, and that these same minions who sits in their party goes back to effectively put out whatever or do whatever they want to do throughout their organization. And this is all over. This is also happening in the parliament. This is happening at the... If you understand what I'm saying, this is how they are operating to limit what is called freedoms. And we need to be very careful, because if we do not have, this is the last thing I want to say, if we do not have strong, independent, democratic systems, this country can't move apart. And I am worried. Let me tell you my worry. My fear is, based on what we are seeing the government is doing, this country, if it does not get up and fix itself, will have to destabilize right back into another coup in order for this country to change its ways because of the level of wickedness that is happening from the highest class of the branch, which is the office of the Prime Minister, a president who is doing nothing for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. She is just a yes man, and a number of these organizations that they are seeking to control. I rest my case there.
Thank you very much, Lyndon Mark, and you.
And Andy,
Hold on, let me just answer this one. Go ahead, caller.
All right, okay.
Morning, Andy. Morning to Lennox.
Good morning
to Mikey.
Yes, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Morning to everybody who listens to this program. Andy, I want to congratulate you boys for that program, that meeting in Grandi.
Valencia particularly. Valencia.
Okay,
Grandi won't come in after the internal elections of the UNC. Grandi meeting of the Andy for Grandi will be after the internal elections of the UNC. But Valencia really came out. All you could say 95% of the people there was from Valencia and environment.
Yes, Andy.
And I want to apologize to you, Freeport, for not having the corridor transformation last night, but you would appreciate where I was. So tonight, most of it will be about what transpired last night. Anyway, so I just want to get that cleared up. Yeah.
Well, what happened, Lennox? Yesterday when I went on YouTube, I seen you advertising 658. 558 or something. So I want to know what's going on with Lennox. But 8 o'clock when I tune in now, I seen Andy for Grandi. But I didn't mind. I just sorry I was late.
Oh, Andy for Grandi was live on your thing, Lennox?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. And I meet that beautiful lady, Andy, Miss Das. And there was a lot of people that I meet Thursday, the last Thursday they were. There's so much to mention, but I never had it. I was on the air a couple of times and I forget everything. And Miss Palmis want to send out a special thank you for Donny. He said Donny is a great man. And I meet Nick Nestor, I meet Miss Valencia, I meet Miss La Hoquita, boy, and somebody passed and give me a little Dutch in my hand, boy. And I don't know the person because the amount of people come and look for Mr. Freeport. But whoever that person is, if you're listening to the program, I want to say thank you very much. The Lord would bless you and you would get much more than that. But Andy, I appreciate what you did last night, boy. You did not take a side, and you went the right way. That is the right way. You see, those who fighting now, I hope after the internal, they hug up and work for the betterment of we the people. Is we who suffering. Those fellas who fighting, they have salary to get, they have money to get. We don't have anything. And in my case, rightly held to charge, I call it Imbod and Terence Yalsing want to take away the little thing that I just get from CDAT. Presently now, thing bad with CDAT, you have to run all over the place searching to see where you could get medication. So I hope that the people, and I'm making a special request to the PNM supporters. Please, people, I'm begging all you, from now until election, all you think about what happening to our country. Clean out the MP from all your eye, take out the wax from all your ears, beat all your head, wake up all your brains, and see where the country going under all your leader. The problem is not who look like you know, is who could do for you and who did for you. Just imagine children used to get a laptop, get everything in school, baby grant, all kind of thing this lady gave. And all you vote against that. So I don't know how to tell these people again what to do. So Mr. Rohan Sinanan, all your patching road, all your patching the highway, like if all you're fixing Caroni cane trees, the turn off to come off the Freeport flyover, nothing wrong, they pave it. So these people just feeling to put asphalt on the road wherever they feel. The whole highway, let me say from Shogunas, probably to down Golconda need paving, the whole highway. We're not talking about patching. Because when you patch the highway, you make it rough. Because the people who patch in the highway, most of them don't know how to put on a patch. And Lennox, if asking you to come and meet me, boy. Some places, the patch and the asphalt moving out and you see like 1 inch of asphalt. That can't hold nothing. So all you are getting vexed before I have to get on and all you give somebody else a thank. Thank you very much, Andy, and keep up the good work. And thanks to everybody from Mr. Freeport who came out last night and support Andy. I hope that things work out and you reach your goal. Take care.
Thank you very much. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. What's on your front burner this morning? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Go ahead, caller.
Andy for Grandy and Grandy for Andy. And that is why we demanded now, Keith Rowley, foreign observers for the 2025 general election. Uncle Andy, Uncle Lennox, Uncle Mikey, and UB, Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks to the people of Valencia and Grandy, you are waking up. And now we are making the recommendation by standing on Andy's side and recommending to the screening committee and the executive that we want Andy for our chief servant in Valencia, Sandy Grande, Toco area. So that now will show that we are the people who are the power. And I want the rest of Trinidad and Tobago and the United National Congress membership to see that when we want something and we want a better life, it starts with we. We, the individual, the citizen. And you see the way we come out with numbers yesterday? And we show that what we stand for and what we want and what we believe in. One leader, one party to take us forward to deliver all these good services. And our esteemed political leader, Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessa, have a proven track record at dealing with equality and equity. And when you in her cabinet and you come crooked, she pull up on your socks and tell you, go clear your name, make sure everything is okay, and you're still here a member of the party. She's not condoning no nonsense. Look what's going on in the PNM. Now they reach to the medical fraternity, which Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessa increased the CDAP medication and the safety net for the poor and vulnerable, because the state have the money and the wealth to trickle down to the vulnerable and the senior citizens who contribute to the society and building of this nation. Andy, just imagine, Rowley is the head of the National Security Council. The Israelites know that guns come from America. They go to America and say that their guns come into Trinidad. They come in on the port. Listen to the oxymoron, eh? They know all that, you know. But yet still, they give Ola Christopher all she deputies, everything, full everything in the office. But yet still, with that information Federal Hines have, and they're tracing everything, they can't intercept it. But then again, the logger come and he show the people, because just imagine, Mr. Williams said that the crime fighting is not only for the police. We, the citizens, have to stand up and be counted and And we have to protect ourselves. Because I said, if crime is not, security is not for he responsibility. So I see that as an area report of Spain on our YouTube thing, the people stand up and they secure themselves. So maybe the people in Central and all over the place have to open their own police station and security from tour. Rowley, you're just doing stupidness and people know about it. We don't have 19 seats. You lost 2 in Tobago, St. Joseph, Tanapuna, and Grandi. Right? You can fight, you can fool and hoodwink the people. Lengua, Indian Walk, and then we have Corey by election. We'll send a message for you. Have a nice day, Andy. And the one thing before I go, we are the grassroots supporters. Let me vote for the star and put a proper executive so we can get a better life. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, say again.
Hello.
I am calling. Morning caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'm calling from San Fernando here.
Go ahead, San Fernando.
Yeah, you see, Lennox said something just now that the paradigm, something about the paradigm. And we have a good opportunity here to seize, but I don't think we really seize it as yet in the right way, you know, because Rowley and they operating in this old antiquated law system that's not working for Trinidad and Tobago. And as I said before, right, they don't understand the history and where they come out from. If they understood that, Trinidad and Tobago would have landed in a different place, right? Because look at the situation even with the old antiquated laws with Marcus Garvey and Leonard Howell and they were also jailed under the old colonial laws in those times, right? For sedition and all kind of other stupidness that they were jailing these people for. Even Butler here in Trinidad suffered that same thing. Now we come to 2024. This is 2024, and you're operating. The Rowley is operating on all laws. Rowley, Erla, Christopher, all of them operating on all laws, because we have this situation here right now with this guy who came down, Chris, right? That is an international issue and it's big. So Rowley them don't understand what they just did, you know, because that is so big that we could even here, right here in Trinidad, right? We could still call down all the cultural people, all the panmen, all the people who play in mass to come out in a big rally against this government, because the mass people will be affected. Because you're talking about tourism, right? The pan people would be affected. You're talking about tourism. The ordinary person who working in the craft industry, like people who doing leather work, copper work, and this kind of thing, right, would be affected by what Rowley and they just did. So what I'm asking, right, I want to put it in the right perspective. What Chris did for us, he just opened up a doorway for Trinidad and Tobago people to come out and do something about the situation in Trinidad and this Rowley regime. Because we cannot live in because let me just go down another road and I'll also show you these old antiquated laws. Like, for instance, then the next thing he could come out and say, well, okay, you're singing Calypso, right? Remember Lent? What Lent was all about. Then you could bring back Lent and say nobody could sing Calypsos or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to put the thing in the right perspective and come out Trinidad and Tobago. Bring them out, the Panman, the Calypsonians, all the cultural people. Let's have a whole day come out and make that statement. Rowley must go. Rowley and the whole PNM regime must go. You know, so I'm looking. I think I told Lennox about this. We could plan something around that and come out in numbers to really be against this wicked regime. Right? You follow up?
Yes,
you
we
follow where
following
I'm coming
you.
from?
Yeah, we following you, San Fernando.
Right? So right now I'm working on having my reparations lecture in San Fernando, which will take place on the 27th of July. After that, we could come with a big march. Follow what I'm saying, or a big walk or something, to let the government know that you cannot be going down a road in an antiquated or old form like this, because this is you're affecting all the tourism industry, all the where are all the people in the tourism industry.
Understood, San Fernando. Understand what it is you're saying there, loud and clear. As you say, you have Lennox contact, give him a call, and let us see what could be put in place and what can be put in place as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie. I don't know if Goff's still around. St. Joseph here. I appreciate what Mr. San Fernando was saying, but he will never get any panmen to protest against a PNM government. Look at what Pan Trinbago just did. They just sign over the future to the government. There is no way panmen going to make a protest. None. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Wow.
Wow. And that is that deconditioning is a tremendous exercise that can only be nestled in individual commitment and consciousness. And I think we have had quite a variety of iniquities by this government for people to become conscious. So you never could tell. The impossible may well be on the cards as well.
Go ahead, caller.
Go to the line. Yes, go ahead. Good morning.
Morning, Andy. Apache here. Morning, Lennox. Morning, and the crew.
Good morning.
Apache, a pleasant good morning to you. Go ahead, Apache.
Blessings, brother. Blessings. You know something?
What part of the world are you yesterday? What part of the world are you yesterday?
I'm in France.
You're in France? All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Listen to this one. Imbot, listen to this, Imbot said that how we have what dark days coming ahead, because why? The deficit for the annual budget was $5 billion. You know, the man come and say now, the next 3 years we had to ban rebellion because the deficit will go up to $9 billion. So from $5 billion, it's gone to $9 billion now for the next 3 years. Now, next year's election, 2025. So which means whoever coming into governance, they're going to inherit a real big deficit. That is a sad situation. Now, let me get back to the security part of it now. It is so sad to know that gentleman who got killed in the General Hospital, that these bandits and them so bold and brazen that these men went into the hospital and take this young man's life, right? I would listen to a little clip of Mr. Gary Griffith. And it is something that we have to really consume and sit down and take stock of what we had where we had in there. Because basically what happened there is that there is no control over no security system in Trinidad and Tobago. Minister Hines, he vouched for a whole hour and a half, and he ain't say one thing about a preventative crimes episode or any crime preventative measures. All you were there, you were attacking. He attacked a man they call Mr. Tawfiq Ali, who is...
Go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all right. Who is a gun dealer from Shogwanas, right? This gentleman, Mr. Hines claimed that how the police went to check on the books and whatever. And he said that how the man couldn't produce the books. He said how Mr. Ali... It is public information, so I ain't hiding nothing. The Minister of National Security, Mr. Hines, said that, Mr. Ali couldn't produce the books and whatever and give account for his stocks of his arms and ammunition and things. You know, when he made that statement, yesterday, he had to come back out and publish a letterhead with the Minister of National Security of Trinidad and Tobago, retracting that statement. So in other words, then, what he said was false and patent. No.
Not only that, watch what I watch at it. Listen to I watch at Apache. Look at how he talk about the businessman and he have this and he's supposed to produce this and he's supposed to have this in order or that in order or he could be in trouble because that is his writing. But what about calling him Bert, the Minister of National of Finance, who's supposed to have our books and finances in order? 3-point-something billion missing. TSTT in her no money. 90 million is missing from there. How much a billion missing from the NIS? So why he don't talk like that against his finance minister?
And that is very true what you're saying. Now I remember a couple days or weeks ago or whatever, recently, when Mr. Anil Roberts, Senator Roberts had his contribution in Parliament. Every minute, all I can jump up and say is 46-1, 46-1. I want to say something over the radio, but I have to be careful of what I'm saying. He's 46 inches high, and he have a 1 inch other part of his body. I'm not going to say it. That is the kind of episode that this clown they'll be producing or brain in Parliament now. Getting back to the Minister of National Security. Now, the minister has called the U.S. government and tell them, do not send no firearms to dealers, or at least curtail the firearm dealers to Trinidad and Tobago dealers and them. My question is this. No firearm dealer in Trinidad and Tobago. None. There's import assault rifles. None. There's an import assault rifles. I know this for a fact. My question is, so where are these gangsters getting these assault rifles? These high-powered rifles? I get certain partners are mine in the police service because I still have, contact in the police service. My friends and them is telling me, why would a police officer who only have a 9mm Glock firearm, his sidearm, would want to go in a hot spot where these fellas pushing 5.6 and 7.62 ammunition? Let me tell you something about that 7.62 ammunition. That bullet will go through an engine of a motor car. That's to tell you how powerful these bulletproof vests that they have, so-called bulletproof vests that these officers have, that will go through that like paper. My question is this: which police officer is going to put his life on the line because of that? It's simple as that. Gentlemen, have a safe one. Blessings to you guys. And also, please, Trinidad and Tobago, let's get together and get rid of this government. And before I go, I remember in 1970, I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was in Woodford Square, where we had Makandal Daga and all these fellas, and them was preaching the Black Power movement. I'll never forget that because I went to school in Port Speed. You understand? I'll never forget that. At about 12:30 p.m. on that day, the Trinidad and Tobago police force, not police service, force, was unleashed on us. And the first time in my life I ever was scared. When I mean scared, I ever hear gunshot in my life. Those bullets were from 303 old rifle. Have a blessed one, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy. So the lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me give you all the numbers before we go for that break. The numbers to call for all new callers: 229-0251, 229-0251, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And on the wider diaspora, because we are Trinbagonians all over the world that locks onto the ground. Go ahead,
Andy, I want to say that
after this caller.
We cannot. Yeah, oh, you have a caller? Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Go ahead,
caller.
Andy.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Andy, I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago and the guy who called from San Fernando. Andy, the guy is right. We need to make the argument. You need to make the argument to the parliament about where the government wrong and the parliament is right. You have to make that argument to the people. So if you call out the people, you're going to get 100,000 people coming out there. You need to make the argument to the people of them to show them what everything is. That's the problem we have to. You have to make that argument to them. And show them we're already the mafia. Everybody say that Donald Trump wasn't going to be convicted. He'll be convicted, man. That's the thing. You have to show the people. You have to show them where Rowley's a mafia. The parliament is. You need to show them where Rowley them is wrong, and the guy is right. So we need to get out there, man. I'll see you soon. I'm trying hard because I'm a very important guy in my job. So we'll talk later. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, Lennox, you were saying something?
Yeah, but just in response to this last caller, I think we have been making the argument, what we expect in response, the outcome. Many of us may have expectations that really not nestled in reality or being realistic. But the fact of the matter is, I am heartened that we have incremental, of course, indicators, because it could have been worse. So that when we had pushback one and when we had, of course, these letters being delivered and so on, there is, of course, evidence to demonstrate that people slowly but surely, and of course, are giving credence to the last caller's insistent that we have to make the argument. Well, clearly we have been making the argument, and that is why, of course, we are getting more and more people following and becoming more and more conscious. I just want to make that point. But I want to say too that there's something I thought I would never say, but let me say it now. That of course.
Wait, let me take this one call before we call it on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
call.
Go ahead. Yes.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Dr. Lennox Smith. Yeah. All right. Have a great day, guys.
But that's all right. Go ahead. That's part of it.
Andy, I would like to speak to you personally, but not now. Like sometime this afternoon. I'll give you a call if you don't mind.
Yes. Give me a call. All
right.
Go ahead. Dr. Arima. Go ahead, Dr. Arima.
Yeah. No, that's all I have to say. Have a great day. All right, Lennox. Love.
You speak, you speak for me, Andy. Thank you for defending me. Yes, I was making the point that when one looks at this situation with with Christmas, I mean, people do not understand yet, or a large section of this community do not understand the impact that this has. And of course, Mr. San Fernando and others have been making the point. Of course, Ms. Arima on the corridor have been making the point. Is 164 views that this 1,000 are talking about it. 1,000 views that this man got. And I was very impressed, as I was saying, with, of course, who I could rechristen as Johnny Bravo are talking about, I think is acting superintendent Alexander, who is supposed to be on holiday. I want to say, and I would have never said it if it wasn't true, and that is that I was impressed with the way how he conducted himself as far as the interview with Christmas list is concerned. I think he laid it out so succinctly and so expertly and so professionally. I think that might be, and I don't want to influence the matter is sub judice, but I think that is a clip, that is a tape that the court must have a copy of to see whether or not what they are saying as far as this sedition charge is concerned is real, and whether or not is something that people felt probably personally offended about, and they therefore decide because of their own inadequacies and the inability to, as an institution, to address the very problem. And here you have someone who has, because it's not the first time that this has been highlighted. But let me just say, the meaning of sedition. I looked it up, and then of course I looked at it in the law itself, the Sedition Act. And here what sedition is, people. Sedition is as far as law is concerned, an illegal action inciting resistance to lawful authority. Inciting resistance to lawful authority, and it has another dimension as well, and tending to cause the disruption or overthrow of the government. Let me repeat that last part. And tending to cause the disruption or overthrow of the government. I mean, that's as serious as it could be. That is as treason. That is what the meaning of sedition is. An illegal action inciting resistance to lawful authority and tending to cause the disruption or overthrow of the government. We're not trying the case here. What we are doing is really stating the facts as they are. And then, of course, for you as a citizen to draw your own conclusion as to whether or not this thing is motivated by something else other than that which the charge is being alleged. And what is the charge? Under the Sedition Act, Section 4.1, it says a person is guilty of an offense who A, does or attempts to do or makes any preparation to do or conspires with any person to do any act with a seditious intent. So in other words, you got the meaning, you got the definition of sedition. You should have that in the back of your mind. Any act, of course, to undermine authority or overthrow a government, to use plain language. B, communicates any statement having a seditious intention. Communicate any statement having a seditious intention. C, publishes, sells, offers for sale, or distributes any seditious publication. D, with a view to its being published, prints, writes, composes, makes, reproduces, imports, or has in his possession, custody, power, or control any seditious publication. And just to bring up the read, let me just do subsection 2 one time. Subject to subsection 3, a person guilty of an offense under this section is liable, A, on summary conviction, to a fine of $3,000 and to imprisonment for 2 years, or B, on conviction on an indictment, meaning the higher level, if we take it to the higher level in terms of the trial, then on indictment to a fine of $20,000 and to imprisonment for 5 years, and any seditious publication, the subject matter of the charge, shall be forfeited. I say no more, people. This man has done nothing that I wouldn't do, and I have done already. That is to say what these young men are saying. And when you look, I invite you to listen. Of course, it's not my favorite character, but I think on this occasion, he has surpassed what my expectations would have been. I talk about Roger Alexander. In that interview, it appears to be in a savannah, in a pavilion, in some savannah in this country, with, of course, the same Chris, who, of course, interviewed him, and very frank. And he laid out everything that we have been saying on this program that is required to address the problem of misguided youths. And, of course, in that interview, you will hear Chris himself saying, listen, I don't see these guys as threat to the society. I see them as young men who looking for attention, etc. That kind of language was used. How does it tantamount to, as I said earlier, let's get back to the definition of sedition, an illegal action inciting resistance to lawful authority and tending to cause the disruption or overthrow of the government. People, we leave it up to you. This is the ground report, and we can only speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Andy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trinidad and Tobago, let's take just a few more calls. We go for a quick break and come back. Don't forget today is Internal Elections Day, UNC Internal Elections Day, right here on the Ground Report. There are there are two slates, a slate with the hand, we have the star slate, and we have one independent person vying for deputy political leader position in Mr. Robert Amar. This is something very, very, very important that needs to be discussed on the Ground Report. Because this whole internal elections could and will have a very serious impact on whether we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, will get the opportunity to move forward. Or would it end up in a situation where the PNM just run down the middle? And I will go into a little more details from the 8 o'clock hour. So the various teams and supporters of the various teams send out that message. Let everyone know. All UNC members know. Because at the end of the day, all of you are UNC. Everyone are UNC. After the internal elections, you're still going to be UNC. So this internals is a very, very, very important internal elections that must be discussed with throughout Trinidad and Tobago must be able to hear the people international.
And it must be added, Andy, and not for one moment would you think that there is something that is inimical or something that is despicable or something that is unacceptable with respect to the process that is taking place. And I say so because I know that the propaganda machinery of the PNM will try to capitalize on it. So let me say it categorically and without fear of contradiction, because the history is there so you can check it. And that is, in the internal elections of the PNM, you have similar contradictory or antagonistic or different positions on particular issues taking place internally. We saw, of course, how the former minister in the ministry, in the Manning administration, in the Ministry of Finance, Teixeira, was dealt with. We saw, of course, Roger Boynes, and we saw others as the incumbent to try, of course, to dominate and get their way. But of course, there was recriminations on both sides. So I don't want it to be said that somehow the UNC is imploding because of the process that is taking place. No, it is a process to identify the best to take the party forward. That is what this process is all about. And democracy is a very, what I consider to be nasty, some say a very terrible thing, but it's the best system we have to determine the best that man can produce in the interest of humankind and the society. So let me get it clear. When anybody coming to tell us that the dirty linen issue and all, that is part of the process, understand that. And you just have to compare what is happening here with what transpired in the PNM, and you will know. Anybody saying otherwise, it means therefore they are PNM oriented and attempting, of course, to try to impose a situation that the PNM would have been subjected to, but of course the UNC must not be subjected to, or somehow the standard has to be different. No, this is democracy at work. This is what this is all about. A competition, in other words, for persons vying for different positions on the executive of the UNC, and that is what, in other words, are trying to preempt and to prevent the capitalization of some of the issues that may come to the fore. Some may not be pleasant, some may be very salubrious, but we know that the PNM has the propensity to make it look as though the UNC is imploding and therefore, of course, are not viable for the inevitable position that they must hold in the next major elections in this country next year at minimum, anytime now, as far as governing Trinidad and Tobago is concerned. So let's get that very clear. Go ahead, Andy.
Nice. I also want you, Lennox Smith, to get because when we come back from the break, the star slate.
Yes, I
have
that.
Right.
Yes.
Wherever is the next slate, the hand slate, and its people, the names of those people. And
yes,
obviously, automatically we will know the one independent opponent there. Just so one.
Yes, our very own
Robert Amar. Right. So you'll make sure you have those things for me because I want to be able to bring attention to the people of the various slates something before I really and truly do a very, 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 very serious editorial, because again, this is a very important election. This internal election could impact on the future of Trinidad and Tobago. This internal election could, it's very, very, very important, and most importantly, democracy is in the making. And after that, at the end of the day, or while all of this is going on, all of us have to remember that we are UNC.
Yeah, no way must the PNM believe that they could get you to think that the UNC will collapse. There's no way. It's a process that they themselves would have been subjected to, but would like you to forget what the challenges that Dr. Rowley, now the leader, let's say re-elected leader of the PNM, went through, and how they had, of course, to save off opponents from within. Do not to be lured, do not to be hoodwinked, and do not to believe for one moment that somehow the UNC will collapse as a consequence of this internal exercise to bring forth through the rank and file decision, one man, one vote, to bring the best to the fore at this point in time in preparation for 2025 maximum.
Nice. So what one slate is the star slate, the next slate is, what's the name of the next slate?
Patriots.
The Patriot slate.
Yes.
And the one independent person is Robert Amar.
Yes.
So I am calling out on all UNC at the end of the day. United we stand, divided we fall. And at the end of the day, when it does settle, all of us are UNC. And we have to put our differences aside and move forward for the betterment of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It is what it is. And I like this type of democracy. Not a secretive democracy like the PNM. Rome could be burning down. Children could be getting slaughtered. People could be dying. But that type of democracy, everybody stays quiet. Nobody says nothing. I can't like that. I like democracy where people talk so. Yeah. Not where people hide and sneaky, dirty, like the PNM. That PNM democracy is no democracy. Democracy in which I am seeing a very healthy is the democracy that is playing out right now before our very eyes within the internal elections of the UNC. This is democracy. So to the Patriots and to the star team and the members of UNC, all members of the UNC, get on your phones, get on social media, let everyone know in the 8 o'clock hour, we will be discussing and having the UNC internal elections. And I just have an editorial to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, based on my Andy Williams support. And why? Why? Lennox Smith, anything you want to say before I go for the break?
No.
Or clear, in case anybody, right, to clear in case anybody getting what I'm saying wrong, because you know these days people talking and people twisting people's words, mischief.
They misinterpret and they propagandize for, of course, what I consider to be pernicious or self-serving agenda that has no basis in reality, based on the information that would have been said, for example, in this case, by you. So once again, but what you must not take away from your minds is that this process is a messy process, yes, but it is the best that known to human beings, rather than dictatorship, or as the PNM would have kept it for too long, this kind of delegate representation, and they go to the convention, and of course the delegates know in advance who they're voting for, and then of course they vote, and that's about it. No, one man, one vote. You have a conscience, and therefore you will do what is required. This is what this is all about. The PNM has of course gravitated or evolved into that as well, whether or not they are doing it as perfect as the UNC, but that's a different story. But the fact of the matter is that they too had their recriminations and so on, because it's a competition. But at the end of it all, of course, you coalesce, and of course, you then pursue the policies and programs in the interest of Trinidad and Tobago, all and sundry, in a democratic fashion, equitable, and of course distributing in such a way so that the rule of law is recognized, the separation of powers, and of course the independence of institutions. That you cannot attribute to the Rowley administration, having one, of course, his internal efforts. But of course, when we see how they manage government, we know that that is a dictatorship in the making. That autocratic rule seemed to be the order of the day there, and that is not healthy for the democracy called the Trinidad and Tobago. Government by the people, of the people, and for the people. What is central there? The common thread is the people, and so long as the people is out of it, as is the case with this Rowley administration, we know that that is pernicious, that is bad news, that is toxic, and that is, of course, weaponizing government against the people, as we have seen. All right, and those are the areas that I want to, cannot be overemphasized, but want to focus on as well, in terms of your own consciousness in this process.
Nice. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, to all UNC members, get your phones out, call your MPs. Yeah. Call Anita Haynes. Call everybody. Call Dr. Munilal. Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
And I tell everybody, the PNM really can't like we, because I mean, we are always preemptive of their moves and so on, and therefore they don't like that. They would like us to hush our mouths and not identify them for who they are, and so that the people will now think through their propaganda machinery, their minions and their spokespersons and their talk show hoax on them to give the impression that this process means that the UNC is under pressure, that it will fall, that it will implode, and so on. No. The PNM went through its own process, similar. And of course, the UNC is now going through theirs, and at the end of it all, the party will get back together, so to speak, and all will be well, as they are on their way to a handsome victory. I predict, of course, 27 seats. I'm starting the prediction now, because of course we did the same thing for Tobago, and of course they're lucky they get 1 seat. I'm talking about the PNM. We had predicted all the seats would have gone to the then party that originally contested that election.
PDP, the Duke administration. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, because I need to do it before we go for the break. Again, to all UNC members, all, go on your Facebook account, your Twitter account, your Instagram account. Find ways and means to connect with all UNC members. Get in contact with all the UNC MPs. There's 19 of them. Yeah. Let them know on the ground report, live, we'll be deliberating over the internal elections of the UNC. Yeah. Send out the message. Call Anil Roberts. Call Kamala Prasad Bisasa. Call Dr. Rudal Munilal. Call Anita Haynes. Call Ronnie Charles. Call Rai Rakbir. Call Rambly. I heard he Pundit Rambly. Yeah. Call everyone. Today is a very important day. If the PNM feel they can make people feel that the UNC is employing based on the internal elections where democracy is very healthy and are taking place at this point in time, at the end of the day, we have to put an end to that and show live that the UNC, despite of what, all of us are UNC. And at the end of this process, we all will organize and support our political leader, in which her seat is not contested at this point in time. Lennox Smith will read out the seats that are being contested in this NATEC elections, UNC internal elections. And today is the day for we to make sure again that the PNM is sell their propaganda that the UNC is imploding and they are not a good option for the next general elections due to what? Healthy democracy is going on among them. Very healthy. It has some people very out of timing. Yes. In all organizations, you will have one or two people that just give little problems or have 2-10 problems. All organizations. Among we on the ground report, we just have 2-10 problems. You feel the pitbull don't be disciplined by Mikey and Lennox Smith based on my deliberation sometimes? Yeah. You feel Mikey and all don't get it from me or Lennox? Or I and Lennox don't get it from Mikey? Yeah. That's what we call debate and healthy democracy. That's what we call team. Because all of us are members of the UNC, which we are a team. If we are playing cricket or football, and the goal post is on the other side, which is the PNM, why would one of us turn around, a defender, or one of us turn around, whistle blow, and take the ball and run down on we own side and score our own goal deliberately? That's not right. And that would not go on. And we, the members of the UNC, have to make sure that type of stupidness ain't go on. It have people with that type of intent too. But again, you, the members, have the say. Just like how the people of Trinidad and Tobago, when it comes to democracy, you all are the government. You, the members of the UNC, have the say of the way forward for your great party, the UNC, that have proven to the people of Trinidad and Tobago from since Basdio Pandey time to under Kamla Prasad predecessor, delivery and the services in which was provided to us. Most importantly, what I admire about the leader of the UNC, Kamla Prasad predecessor, is a attitude towards when your name calling anything. How to put that, Lennox Smith? When your name calling anything, where she will say, "Why? Step down, go clear your name, and come back." I remember in Guyana, while being across there, the people of Guyana, while was going through that the elections, not this one, were gone. The one with Granger. When the people, down to all the politicians on that platform, even Granger, and the party that is running Ghana now, all of them was making reference. Trinidad and Tobago, I was there. To our Prime Minister at that point, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and the way she's running her government, and the way she's not taking nonsense when it's coming to any allegations of corruption before any one of her ministers or MPs. Her stance that she make, whether they like it or not, whether they vex or not, a powerful man like Jack Warner was also made to clear his name. Come on. Is that not consistency? Huh? Is that not willingness? Is that not a person that listening to the person, Kamala Prasad Bisesa? What kind of spranger, piping Prime Minister we are now? Dr. Rowley? Political, let me clear that quick. Because that have a way. They want to mash up the club in order to get rid of the chickens. But these chickens here on the ground report and all of you, we sitting on golden eggs. You can't get rid of these chickens here dressed so. Which includes the supporters of thousands of people that locks on to 104.7 more FM and make it their business to lock onto the ground report from 6 a.m. in the morning to 9 a.m. And after that, stay locked onto Sense and Sensibility with Robert Amar and Mr. X. All I can take Mr. X sometime, but at the end of the day, what I could connect with him with is that the PNM have to go. Rowley, not good. His opinion is his opinion. I ain't not going to go mad over here at all. I just don't agree with somebody. So Trinidad and Tobago. It's 6 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. We're going to take a break. Get out your phones. Call every member of the UNC. Call all your MPs. Call your councillors, your UNC councillors, and let them know the rest of this hour and ending at 9 o'clock. I hope X reach late today. That is the only thing I ask God to give me. Let X reach late today. I don't know. You don't get bust tire, nothing. The whole, but let them know that publicly, live, on the ground report, 104.7 more FM, we will be discussing the internal elections of the UNC, and you'll be hearing the editorial of yours truly, the pitbull of radio, now known as Andy for Grandy, on what is my look and my choice in UNC moving forward, under one slayer to the other, or with one man, Robert Amar, who's fighting for deputy political leader position. We go for a break. It's very serious, Trinidad and Tobago. Very. This is how serious it is. Everybody listening, including him. And this program is a very, very, very powerful program. Everybody listens. This is how powerful this program is.
I was going to the Oval one evening and I stopped as it was drizzling and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report.
Hear this vulgar man.
You all remember that?
Calling we vulgar.
In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago? Election or no election. And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this, and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is? The plan is to put an end to this.
with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
More FM 104.7.
Looking for top quality and affordable hardware supplies? Then look no further than Midland Hardware, number 97 Eastern Main Road, Arouca. We stock a wide range of tools, water tanks, blocks, lumber, steel, and everything you need for your home and business project. Check out our new display of steel windows and assorted designs of metal curtain rods. Midland also stockpiles sand, gravel, topsoil, and more. We have a variety of kitchen faucets, face basins, and toilet sets, bathroom mat sets, all garden tools, hand tools, generators, power washers, and water pumps. Customers can make payments via links, credit card, online payment, and cash on delivery. WhatsApp 327-7761 for free quotations, or give us a call at 646-2144. Open every day, Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. From foundation to finish, it's all at Midland.
For over 100 years, radio has been the most accessible, and to date, it's still the most listened to medium everywhere. More FM 104.7 is programmed so you can hear us everywhere. Never miss a beat. This station and its programming is fit for the listeners everywhere with the most variety in Trinidad and Tobago. You are guaranteed to reach your target market with More FM 104.7. Get more sales, get more clients. Book your ads today by calling us 221-4913.
A lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Expander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Cunupia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Cunupia.
The world of reggae. Saturday, June 8th, Queen's Park, Savannah welcomes the living legends, Shabba Ranks, Barrington Levy, Anthony B, Maxi Priest, John Mason, Black Royalty, and more. Tickets available now. Courtyard 400, VIP stage front 800. Exclusively at Cache Nationwide. Larry's Fashion Labels, Chiguanas, Bobby's Bar Q Rep, Rennie Shoe Store, High Street, San Fernando, Gastro's Arena, and online at Island E-Tickets. Brought to you by the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies, DG Homes, and powered by Macusson Triple Extra Stout, Angostura White Oak, B-Mobile and B-Mobile Secure, and Rick L Services.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Need quality printing at affordable prices? Then look no further. At Graphic Source, we've got you covered. Take your project to the next level for all your designs and printing needs. From t-shirt printing to labels, signs, and banners. Look no further. Business stamps, flyers, tickets, and invites, just to name a few. With 2 convenient locations. Eastern Main Road, St. Augustine, opposite Massey's Stores, and Arima Shopping Center, Broadway Street, Arima. Contact us today. 342-2664, 270-0428, or 360-8917. Graphic Source, your #1 source. You name it, we design it and print it.
Wait now, there's Masha. Masha!
Chess, we're going.
I headed to the karaoke cookout competition.
Yes.
Masha, tell them again. Let me start it for you. Sunday, 9th June.
The Kiskadee Caravan is in your area. Dusk till dawn.
Parry Lands Junction, Gonzal.
Come on.
out in your numbers from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Registration. Be on time. Come out and show your talent because we are looking for you.
Yes, we go enjoy good bacchanal on the junction. Wait, you going?
I coming with you now?
I see assassin that is right alone.
Well, what is this? You really leave me here, boy?
No, Marsha. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Pariland Junction Gonzales. We coming.
Music lovers, it's time to celebrate 20. Join us as we roll out the red carpet for the inaugural More Music Festival. The More Music Festival. Book the date now. Saturday, 20th July. The More Music Festival. That's right, it's 20 years of incredible music. Soca, reggae, chutney, steel pan, R&B, and more. All on one stage. Join the More FM star-studded cast for a musical journey over 2 decades of hits. Saturday, 20th July, the More Music Festival.
A lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Expander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Canoopia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured and landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Canoopia.
Black is elegant. Black is seductive. Black is sexy.
Hyde and Fauk presents Black and Sexy.
Black and sexy.
You couldn't get me physical down.
An exclusive party experience.
June 22nd from 10 p.m.
At the Police Mess, Circular Road, St. James.
Black and sexy DJs for the night are
DJ Ramona and DJ Darrell.
Kevin Baker and Beats by Robin.
The massive Dr. Hyde and Rise International. Black and sexy.
Tickets cost $100. You pay more at the door.
And available at Bobby's Bachelorette,
Sammy's Seafood Arima,
Nuluna Maruka,
Hunty's Outlet,
Fauk's Barbershop Mova, and at the Police Mess in St. James.
For more information and tickets, call 303-5920
or 748-0085. Black and sexy.
Black and sexy.
Saturday, 22nd of June at the Police Mess, Long Circular Road, St. James.
Sponsored by Tech Flex, powered by 104.7.
Big body, what's up?
Are you heading east this Friday or Saturday? Make Cabs Bar and Lounge Krabbe your #1 choice for cold beers, great music, hot fries, tasty chicken, and unbelievable fish combo. From 4 p.m., join More FM's Starboy Kerry and yours truly Music Library. Cabs Bar, your one-stop for cold beers, tasty food, fun, and yes, each and every Friday and Saturday, win a bottle on the spot at 11 p.m. Yes, complete on location, the entry form, and at 11 p.m. become an instant bottle winner. The one place in the east where the beers are very cold, and the fries are very hot, and the chicken and fish combo tasty. So join the fun at Cabs Bar and Lawn at Curep.
Lauren saying call out in New York City.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
Be Mobile and Be Mobile Secure welcomes you to the world of reggae. Saturday, June 8th, North Park, Queens Park, Savannah.
So I say, reggae music on ya.
The world of reggae. Featuring Shabba Ranks, Barrington Levy, Anthony B, Maxie Priest, Shawn Mason, Black Loyalty, and more. Powered by Macusson Triple Extra Stout, Angostura White Oak, and brought to you by Omega XL, We Quip, TT Rideshare, and the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
More FM 104.7.
I was going to the Oval one evening and I stopped as it was drizzling and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago, election or no election? And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is? The plan is to put an end to this.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
More FM 104.7.
Let me say a pleasant good morning. We are back. Time check is 22 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. So most likely today, based on the time, and tomorrow, please God, on the Ground Report, it will be about the internal, yes, besides the current affairs issues, the internal elections of the Ground Report. 2 slates, 1 independent. But before I go into today's plan, I must say a pleasant good morning to my co-host, that is, I see his own now, Mikey K. Mikey K, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Lennox Smith. But meanwhile, we await Mikey K.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, what's the slates?
They look like?
Yeah, the slates, the people.
Yes, indeed.
The symbols. Mm-hmm.
Well, some names are very familiar within the rank and file, and of course the party itself. Others are not, but so it appears to be a rich mix on both slates. Let me put it that way. Of course, as you know, the star team is should I say, supported by the political leader Kamala Persal-Bissessa, and the whole intention, of course, is to get an executive that would, of course, be supportive of, and of course work with the political leader. I think that is what the whole intention, should I say, the subsidiary intentions of this exercise, quite apart from, of course, managing the affairs of the party in a manner that will, of course, meet its objectives and consistent with the constitution of the party. There are some conventions that may be unconventional and not enshrined in the Constitution. That is natural human development. But at the end of the day, for example, in the United Kingdom, they have no written constitution. They have, of course, an unwritten constitution. But because of the conventions, they know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And it seems to be working. Well, it has been working well for them. Of course, it's different in Trinidad in that we have a written constitution.
So we have we have two slates.
Yes, we have two slates. Yeah, of course, the United Patriots, and then you have the star team. Of course, let me start one time. The seats up for contest. Well, of course, Deputy Political Leader 1, the MP Rushton Parry, but he is, of course, for the United Patriots. In the case of star team, MP Dr. Woodlal.
Wait. Parry is not a star team.
Munilal.
Wait, the star team. You said something about Parry and star team? No, he's not the star team.
No, I said Parry for the Patriots.
Patriots, okay.
United Patriots, yes. It's called the United Patriots. That's the formal name.
Okay.
Right? So I'm calling the Patriots first, and then I'll call the
call
star
the Patriots
team.
first.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's hear the Patriots. The Patriots team.
Each position that is vying. So we are clear and we are not puzzled or in any way confused. So let me start again for Deputy Political Leader 1.
Mikey, when you're ready, you can come in. But go ahead, Lennox.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, Mikey, you can make your entrance. MP Rushton Parry, and of course we have for the star team we have Dr. Woodlal Munilal, and then of course Deputy Political Leader 2 we have MP Anita Haynes Allen, and that's for the United Patriots. And then of course the star team we have Senator Jolene John. For Deputy Political Leader 3 we have MP Dr. Rai Rugby for the United Patriots, and then for the star team we have MP Dr. David Lee. We have one independent for Deputy Political Leader, and that is Robert Amar as an independent. We continue, of course, for chairman. We have Larry Lala SC, of course, senior counsel for the United Patriots. And then we have for the star team, MP Devandranath Tanku.
Mr. Tanku.
Yes,
for the stars.
Yes, for the stars.
All right, go ahead.
We have, that's chairman. We have deputy chairman. Yes, deputy chairman Jermaine Abdullah for the United Patriots, and Hamlin Jailal for the star team.
Hamlin Jailal.
Yeah.
Hamlin Jailal.
Yeah. Hamlin, yeah, Jailal.
Yes. All right, man. Go ahead, Lennox Smith. Hamlin Jailal.
Then, of course, deputy, I said deputy chair? No, not yet. Yeah, I now said that. And now treasurer, we have, of course, Curtis Manchun for the United Patriots, Manchun, and of course for the star team, we have Alderman Vanilla Ramutar Singh, right? Vanilla Ramutar Singh for the star team. For the position of Policy and Strategy Officer, we have Kyle Taklal Singh for the United Patriots, and MP Saddam Hussein for the star team. Trying to be as explicit as possible and slow as reasonable.
But what some people saying, just giving suggestions online, are saying, just call the patriotic team and the positions, and just call the star teams and the positions, because some people saying they're getting confused. But
get confused.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I think that might be easier option. Well, let me start from the beginning then, and quickly. United Patriots team. Well, of course, Deputy Political Leader, we have MP Rushton Parry. Deputy Political Leader 2, we have Anita Haynes Allen. Deputy Political Leader 3, we have Dr. Rai Rugby. of course, Deputy Political Leader, Independent, Robert Amar, Chairman. I'm talking here about the United Patriots. I need to keep saying that all the time so that you know we are talking about only Patriots at this point, and then I'll call the star team afterwards. Deputy Chairman, Jermaine Abdullah. Then Treasurer, we have Curtis Manchun. Then we have Policy and Strategy Officer, we have Kai Taklal Singh. Again, for the Patriots we're dealing with now. Elections Officer, William Archie. Education Officer, Shanta Divi Sipasad. Then, of course, Research Officer Jason Ali. Again, we are talking here about the Patriots, the United Patriots. Party Organizer, Henry Awang. And then, of course, International Relations Officer, Diochand Ramjit Singh. And Central Regional Representative, we have Dr. Roshan Ali. Northeast Regional Representative, we have Jai Zinkho Rigsby. That is for the United Patriots. Then we have South Regional Representative, Wayne Mohammed. Tobago Regional Representative, Chanel Roberts. And then Northwest Regional Representative, we have Ricky Shanklin. So that is the list for the United Patriots. Let's go now to the star team. For the star team, Deputy Political Leader 1, MP Rudal Munilal. Deputy Political Leader 2, Senator Jolly John. Deputy Political Leader 3, MP David Lee. Of course, as you know, we have a Deputy Political Leader vying for, that is independent, and that is Robert Amaro. So I need to repeat that again. Chairman of the star team, we have, of course, MP Devendranath Tanku. Deputy Chairman, we have Hamlin Jailal. For Treasurer of the star team, we have Alderman Vanilla Ramutaru Singh. Then we have a Policy and Strategy Officer, MP Saddam Hussein. Elections Officer, we have MP Anil Ram. Elections Officer, that's Elections Officer Anil Ram. Then, of course, Education Officer, we have MP Ravi Ratiram.
Ravi Ratiram.
Yeah, Ratiram.
And all the Ram,
Ravi
yeah, man. I hear you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lennox.
Research Officer, we have Sean Sobers. And a party organizer, we have Barry Padarath.
Barry Padarath.
Yes.
That's Mr. Princeton.
Yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
International Relations Officer, we have Nicholas Morris. Central Regional Representative, we have MP. Yes.
Central
MP,
Regional, yeah, go ahead.
Vandana Mohit. Then we have Northeast Regional Representative, MP Khadija Amin. South Regional Representative, Shanti Budram.
Khadija Amin is where Khadija Amin is?
She is the Northeast Regional Representative.
Northeast
Khadija
Regional
Amin,
Representative.
yes.
Go ahead, Lennox.
Yes. Then, of course, the Tobago Regional Representative, we have Kerwin Phillip. And Northwest Regional Representative, we have Eli Zaku. And that brings up the rear and the end of that team. Some 17 positions are being vied for. And the election date, of course, is on the 15th. Not today. We are just discussing the matter today. But it's on the 15th. So you have just about a week and something again to go campaigning. So those are the contestants, if you want to call them that, the persons who are vying for the 17 seats. The seats of deputy political leader 1, 2, 3, of course, an independent, and then of course we have chairman, we have a deputy chair, we have we have treasurer, we have a policy and strategy officer, we have elections officer, we have education officer, we have research officer, we have party organizer, we have international relations officer, we have central regional representative, we have northeast regional representative, we have a south regional representative, we have a Tobago regional representative, we have a northwest regional representative, and that brings up the seats or the offices that are to be contested in the internal elections of the UNC. Remember, you can only, even though you are a member, you may not be qualified to vote because you are not either on the vote on the list. If you're not on the list, that is one area, and if you are not financial in particular, well, then of course you will not be able to vote at all. So do not believe that any and everybody can, in fact. So what you do, you look on the list, you get a copy of the list. We'll try to assist you. Some of you may want to ask us whether your name is on the list. So we'll have a copy of the list during the course of next week's programs leading up to the elections, and we will assist you. We will be able to assist you in that way. Other than that, get to the UNC headquarters in Shogunas and find out for yourself as to whether or not your name is on the list and therefore eligible to vote. Of course, there will be voting stations or voting booths or voting centers where you can cast your votes across the country, and that too, we will have that information for you. But today, of course, is Andy's perspective. Remember, of course, I am talking here from ardent supporter of the UNC. I support his policies and programs. I'm not a member of the UNC. I have my own political party, Love, dedicated to only the Laventils, which I consider to be a regional party. And just in case, in terms of numbers and participants, we consider everybody in Laventil to be a member, so that there's no need for all the sophistications, as of course a regular mass party will have to, of course, put in place, whether structures, etc. Of course, there is a constitution to reflect the regional nature and the focal point and centric, Laventille-centric disposition of Love, Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment. The symbol, of course, is the rocket, and the rocket means, very simple, the sky is the limit, and that is where we are. Just want to make it clear. So, Andy, back to you, and I am waiting with bated breath, of course, to hear your own analysis and your position on this very vital incident, or should I say situation, that is occurring, because it means, as you quite rightly pronounced, and that is, it is Trinidad and Tobago is at stake here, and our future and our children and our children's children, and therefore we have to be very, very, very meticulous and careful as to what we do, and who would emerge to be the leaders in this democratic exercise, because clearly the PNM has betrayed us and has, of course, infiltrated and weaponized government against the people, and its toxicity has no limit. So back to you, my friend.
Yes. What I will want you to do for me again is just encourage all UNC members to organize, get themselves ready for the 15th, to organize,
yes.
Go vote, make their calls, find out if they're on the voting list. So go ahead, just give them an idea. Just
yes,
to know the
again,
further.
course, we will do our part during the course of next week's programs. So I'm talking here plural. So right through, we will get a copy of the list, and we'll assist you there. But of course, remember, not all will be eligible because for financial reasons, and maybe the time in which you have registered as a member. Understand, you have to be a certain period, I think about 6 months, I believe. I could be wrong, but don't hold me to that. In the party, as a registered member before you are eligible to vote. That is one criteria. The other one is that you must be financial. And of course, if your name is on the list, well, it means therefore all of those considerations would have taken place for you to be on that list. So that is the list that we will be working with, and we will be working here on the ground report to assist those of you members who would like to cast your vote and who must cast your vote probably on the 15th of this
Nice. And we will be all up into the internal elections from now till the 15th.
Yes.
Because it is very, very important. Very.
Trinidad's future is at stake here. Trinidad and Tobago's future is at stake, I should say.
So let me say thanks to the people of Valencia and environs for coming out yesterday, please God, in the Andy for Grandy meeting. You all come out there in your hundreds, which is good. All Valencia people. To you, the Grandy arm, we would not have no meeting until after the internal elections of the UNC. Right after the internal elections of the UNC, we're going to have our Grandy arm meeting. And then you on the coast from Matura to Matlot, we're going to have our Matura to Matlot arm of the Andy for Grandy meeting coming soon before we start to hit the road.
And of course, we cannot overemphasize that this is democracy at work. It's a nasty affair, and there will be recriminations, etc. But not for one moment believe that the UNC is imploding. When you hear
talking to Mike, make sure let them know that. Don't let the PNM trick nobody. Let them know again. Right. Go ahead.
Don't allow the PNM propaganda to make you believe that somehow the UNC is imploding, or that it is, of course, deteriorating one way or another. No, the quality is fine. This is a healthy process where democracy is at work and in motion, and you will have recriminations. That is, they are competing for positions to make the party stronger, make the party much more viable, and most importantly, in readiness for whatever eventuality as far as an election is concerned. There are those, of course, who said that the calling of the local government election just 2 days after that announcement was timed after they heard the announcement of the inevitable announcement of the internals, and don't put that beyond the PNM, whilst of course they will claim that the EBC is independent. But of course we know that that is far from it, having regard of course to what the court said in 2015 and what transpired in 2020. Dr. Rowley orchestrated, constructed the non-presence of independent observers, and then of course we found ballot papers in different parts of the country unaccounted for, and then of course we then know that Grand Bay, a company that this administration, this Rowley administration, early in its administration, out of the blues by some kind
of epiphany, let them know to members.
Give them let me finish this. This is important. It gave that company a certain amount of money, ostensibly to maintain or to keep their employees, and then of course we understand that is the company that the EBC soon after the 2020 elections gave, of course, the contract to get rid of ostensibly ballot paper and other electoral material for recycling purposes. In other words, as far as we are concerned, and I am concerned in particular, getting rid of the evidence to show that the election was stolen. So we have to be very, very meticulous as to the propaganda machinery of the PNM around these internal elections. They will want to interfere in a way to give them some kind of unmeritorious advantage, and that is what the ground report will be meticulous about. My job is to treat with those kinds of instances and incidents to ensure that the integrity of the whole process of an internal elections of the UNC is not tainted by propaganda from the PNM. We know their capacity and their ability to do that, with of course with access to the treasury of Trinidad and Tobago for the time being. Yeah. Anything else you want me to highlight?
That's what for those of you who want to vote, or The only way you will know
In the
if
course of
your
next week,
name.
we will get the polling stations and all of that, and get a list of the eligible electors. We will do all of that. I don't think we could do that today, but I'm sure that persons who are calling in as a consequence of our analysis and your, of course, presentation, they may want to assist us there. No problem, because I know that there's very, very educated and very informed callers, and I cannot help but emphasize, or can I overemphasize neither, the fact that there's so many intelligent contributions that it is just fantastic, and I am delighted to be part and parcel of this whole process of paradigm shift rather than the paradigm paralysis that the PNM represents, and therefore myopic and retrogressive, and we must, of course, deal with the progressive elements that can take Trinidad and Tobago forward in 21st century Trinidad and Tobago and world.
Nice. First and foremost, it's a democracy. The independent candidate, Mr. Robert Amar, is known to have always been striving, hosting the ground report, is under serious attack when it coming to that, when it coming to you having your voice, using his program to also educate you, for you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, can make informed decisions of your future for quite a while now. He's a candidate. He's a UNC. If you all like Robert Amar, and you believe in Robert Amar, that he'll be able to use the position, if that's what God's want, to help bring change and delivery, being a part of NATEC to you, the people. Then you have the Star Slate, which is supported by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa, which at this point in time are the political leader of the UNC. Her position is no way up for grabs. No way. And then we have the Patriot slate with 5 MPs. UNC MPs, can't say former. The elections ain't come yet. UNC MPs. And other UNC members. That is a part of that slate. The hand slate. But what the pitbull is watching at, most importantly, is the power in which NATECs have. Yep. Whereby in the next general elections coming, the power in which NATECs have, they'll have the power to determine who is MP or who get an opportunity to serve a constituency or not. That's the power of the people that you will be voting for in the upcoming UNC internal elections. That is the power they have. What bothers me again, is the fact of the change in various VNC members when it coming to Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Nah. That little lady never did the people of Trinidad and Tobago anything other than give us deliveries at her leadership role. Kamala Prasad Bisesa gonna leave or will organize when that time reach. Based on the membership and a new leader will emerge. What I also watch, knowing that I, Andy Williams, believe in Kamala Prasad Bisesa, believe that she still have something in her to deliver to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, watching how the people continue to attack someone from the opposite, from the government to down to her very own. People don't plant trees that are bearing or that not bearing. Then I have to ask myself, the internals is not yet for the leadership. The new NATEC will have the power to pick people to contest a seat. Would they organize whoever is the new NATEC? If unfortunately it's not Team Stars, to hoist Kamala Prasad Bisesa from becoming again, from getting the opportunity to be a prime minister, that's a very, very serious question. Hoist as in, the new NATEC or NATEC will have the power to determine if Kamala Prasad Bisesa gets back her seat superior. And if she don't get back the opportunity for a seat, how would she be able to become the prime minister? I watched with the Patriot slate some of the candidates. With so much of things going on in Trinidad and Tobago, with so much times you the people hit the streets, come out on the roads, begging for service, fighting for a better life because we deserve to live better. I haven't saw a couple of those people on the Patriot slate out there. I haven't. No different to what wouldn't put in that Panday. That never come out and talk for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But only comes out election time. That can't work, ignore that. I ain't calling that name. To me, that is a PNM worker put there to clear track for the PNM blights to run. Straight out. I have always seen, I respect Mr. Pandey, deceased, for all the work that he have done, which he have. He was a good prime minister in his own way. But I lost a lot of respect for him based on his hate. His way not to want to forgive, forget, and move on. That is godliness. That while we're going through the 9 years, because it's less than 2 months now, Mr. Pandey dead. While we're going through the 9 years, Mr. Pandey have not talked out against the PNM. Of all the ills, being an ex-prime minister. Nor his daughter, Michaela Pandey, never neither. And if she did, well, I don't see it. And if you all see it, well, boy, I don't know. And then I see a team, the hand team, the Patriot team, emerge, moving that same way. Hate Kamala, not watching the bigger picture. The bigger picture is Rowley and the PNM. The bigger picture is we getting rid of the PNM, Rowley and this PNM. And to see the going down that role and all of hate Kamala strategically, that is not the right route. I cannot believe in those routes. Vindictiveness is not of me. Wickedness is not of me. Unity is of me. Pure heart, convictions, will, courage, that is the pit bull. Not vindictiveness, malice, wickedness. Not studying. That while that going on, hate Kamala. This country crumbling. And instead, they study the country, all of us. Deal with the situations within. That kind of vision that we see in is of destruction, is of setting a trend that the UNC not stable, or this or that. Far from the truth. That is PNM propaganda. The UNC party is a very stable party. Very. We have an internal elections going on now. That the PNM will make it look like the UNC is unstable, this, that, all of them. No. This is democracy in the making. This is democracy. I support in every way. Because people don't pelt stone at an unbearing tree. The leader of the UNC, Kamala Prasad Bisasa, I believe in anti-camps, as the East-West corridor they say. Some people they say they don't have a problem with anti-camps, but it have people around her that they have a little problem with however it go. But at the end of the day, as anti-camps, Kamala Prasad Bisasa they say, people don't take her quietness or niceness for weakness.
In fact, she went even deeper. She said, don't take her kindness for weakness.
Don't take her kindness for weakness. I believe that the next team have an agenda. And the agenda was already pushed out when they jumped the gun to say, call internal elections at the UNC, like if the internal election at the UNC was due. They did not wait to see if the executive will constitutionally call that internal elections. And if everybody knows the track record of Kamala Prasad Bisasa, when elections in Trinidad and Tobago is due, that little lady just call the elections. She don't run from it. And this whole mess started with the hand team making people believe that the internal elections is up for leadership, and Kamala Prasad and the executive don't want to call it. That was wrong.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
More FM 104.7.
If UNC democracy was not very healthy, well then I went to see Robert Amaru name day on that list. Did I find a way to get Robert Amaru name off? If UNC democracy wasn't healthy, well then how come people within that the hand slate, the Patriots and the Patriotic slate get the opportunity to contest the election? All of us are UNC together. But somehow, based on the move of the 5 MPs, where they came with that notion of leadership, and Kamala must step down, and this and that, when leadership elections is not due until next year. And within the UNC constitution, based on how close an election is, she have the opportunity to call the election for leadership or not. When all along the elections was about deputies, chairman and deputy chairman, party organizers and various regionals, people to lead within those various regions, including the chairman of Grandy, Kenwin Phillip, who will be representing on Natek, the Tobago. Come on, man. I'm sorry. For the patriotic team, this is just the pitbull of radio views. And you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, know that I'm a God-fearing person. I'm an honest person. I talk the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, whether death have to face me. And because I believe that the patriotic team have a other agenda, a Kamala agenda, a mash-up Kamala agenda, without the membership having the opportunity in our elections when leadership come to be able to vote for Kamala Prasad Bisesa or vote for Parry. Instead of that happening, no. They have me and thousands of people very wary on if they are trustworthy or not, based on how they went about this situation. Yeah. So first I want to say, Robert Amaru is a part of that slate of independent in the healthy democracy of the UNC. For those of you who like Robert Amaru, or believe that he can bring something to the table, give him the support. But I want to say categorically, here and from today onwards, we'll be all up in the UNC internal elections. All up in it. And yours truly, the pitbull of radio, I support the slate in which Kamala Prasad, the honorable leader of the UNC, is supporting, which is the star slate. Stars all the way.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
More FM 104.7.
So for those of you who support our leader, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, on the 15th, come in. I trust in that woman, Kamala Prasad Bisesa. She and Jack Warner is responsible for where I reach here today. She's a good woman, Trinidad and Tobago. When I was fighting for squatters in Bagatelle and environs, Lord, my first money, 500 to pay for bullhorns, to mobilize the people of Bagatelle and environs, came from Kamala Prasad Bisesa. I had met her in a meeting in St. Augustine. And then after that, she supported me with bullhorns to mobilize the people, and that wasn't her constituency. Bagatelle environs. That was nasty. Call remember that nasty man who still is Dr. Keith Dottie Rowley, and back then is Ken Valley, deceased. Understand, Trinidad and Tobago. That's why I'm telling you, the squatting community of Trinidad and Tobago, don't take God all your thoughts to vote for the PNM. They don't like all your. Watch for yourself with LSA. What land for the landless program them have? How much land them give away so far? But under UNC, a Kamala and deceased Basdio, the UNC came up with a Land Regularization Act of 1998 that gave many of you certificates of comfort. Hence the reason why some of your constituencies that are big squatting communities are being ignored. Like Bonnie Road and Clarence Road and Valencia and the whole. Watch that. It's because they don't like all you. Don't vote for people that don't like you all. There's nothing, betterment will never come in your way because they don't believe in you all. For PNM, squatting is only for the big shots. Get the 1%, 1,100 acre land, 1,000 acre land, 500 acre land, 10 acre, get them free. Let them organize and go and take a loan for 30 million, 100 million. And when they take the loan for 30 million, 100 million, they build more, this, that, and we self have to organize and come and rent from them 20,000, 15,000 a month. But yet still they come with the property tax on we the households, but not studying to have property tax on commercial buildings and the businesses. So I'm being clear. It's 6 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Our very own Robert Amar are also vying for deputy political leader position. I cannot be biased against Robert Amar based on the pressure that he's been under when it coming to the ground report program on this frequency and his continued support for the ground report program, hell or high water. Yeah. So if you all believe in him to be a deputy political leader, give him his support. But when it coming to the pitbull, Andy Williams, aka now known as Andy for Grandy, the only slate that is credible enough to get my support is the slate that Kamala Prasad Bisesa, that honorable woman, endorsed, which is the star slate. Let's go forward with the star slate. Let's organize and look forward for Kamala Prasad Bisesa to be the next prime minister again in this country, and to bring back some of the goods and services that was provided to us. Build back the various ministries that are non-functional, which under the PNM, all are non-functional. All. Deal with the crime situation in this country, the agriculture situation, the social situation. Look now, the PNM coming there now to talk about looking at free healthcare. But these people wicked. We paying for it and we ain't getting it. We ain't getting it. They want to take it away and expect we to. If only the PNM and those support Kamala Prasad be said, sir, all your kids and all your family members will die before your hands with a failed healthcare system. And while anyone only driving on the road, only go to the shop, a car could pull up to kill somebody and a stray bullet killing all here. This elections is a mother of all elections. This internal elections and then the general elections. Nice. And then the general elections is if we will make it or not. So tomorrow, please God, I will continue on this. The UNC internal elections. Until tomorrow morning, please God, on behalf of the Ground Report team, because I got the signal. All I know, Mr. X. Don't forget tonight. Don't forget tonight, Corridor Oh boy. Don't forget tonight, Corridor Transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith. Tonight from 8 p.m. Right? And in studio waiting is none other than Robert Amaro, Mr. X, Sense and Sensibility. Until tomorrow morning, please God, yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio, which we will deliberate more on this. We are out of here.
More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
Mr. X.
Chinese and Ari Restaurant. Open for breakfast and lunch. 7 days a week.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
67 Western Main Road, St. James. Opposite Standard. Serving local breakfast